Hello and welcome to AFK here on the Loading Ready Run Network. I'm your host Ben, and joining me is Matt.
Woo!
And we're doing a two-player game today.
I'm on Team Goat and you're on Team Plaid.
Yeah, but I see that you're also repping like my team. It's a friendly competition, I'd assume, right?
Friendly?
Oh, is it going to be that way, Matt? This is going to be a long 3 hours.
Yeah.
Originally, we were going to be playing Fate of the Elder Gods, but Adam had to bow out tonight. So we picked a fun two-player game that we've shown on the stream before, and that I really wanted to kind of get back to. Matt, you've never played this before,
No.
right? Yeah. So we're going to kind of go through the rules because it's also been a little bit since we've played this. And
I think you said February?
I think so. Yeah, that's what Paul I think was saying about then.
Yeah, I think it was some back in February or March.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna get back to this because it's really sweet. I love this game. But before we get to that, a reminder that this stream is brought to you by the amazing folks over at wormwoodgaming.com. If you want to get one of their amazing products and you live in the U.S., you can use code LRR, and everywhere else you can use code LRRWorld for $10 off shipping. I'm so used to Ian being in the room. He's on so many AFKs.
Yeah.
So I just like predisposition to stop after. I should get a recording for when he's not here. We should get like one of those like that was easy buttons, but it's like Wormwood Gaming, the bones of skins and the skins of beasts, offer not forgotten in the offer not valid in the forgotten realms. I was going to say offer not forgotten in the valid realms. All realms are valid.
I'm not here often enough to know when to smack.
Also a reminder that everything we do here is brought to you by you over at our Patreon at patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. You're the reason we're able to do all kinds of fun and exciting things like broadcast these kind of games for you. So we really appreciate it. You keep the lights on. I mean, otherwise we'd be doing this in the dark with no cameras. And no electricity, probably, so we would still be doing this. That's the important part.
Yeah.
You just wouldn't see any of it.
We have contractual obligations to fulfill.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, let's kind of get into it. I'm going to do a brief overview of how War Chest works, and then I thought we talked about doing like the recommended starting way, but Matt's like, nah, I wanna go like hardcore right off the get-go.
Let's go wacky.
So we're going to shuffle up the deck of units that you can get and just deal out 4 to one another, and that's who we're going to play with. So let's talk about that. Let's go to the top down. That'll probably be the easiest way to explain what's going on. So this is the board. I will be playing the silver, I guess, burbs, the ravens probably. And Matt's going to be playing the golden foxes on this side. Now the entire goal of the game is to collect, oh shoot, it's six, yes.
Yeah.
6 of these points. And as you can see, each of us already controls 2. And we take control of these points by moving these different kinds of units along these paths. And basically what's gonna happen is, this will be just a kind of example, is each of us would have 4 units here. These won't necessarily be the ones that we'll use. And on each of our turns, we're going to shuffle up all the tokens of that we have for each of these units into these lovely bags, take out 3, and then go back and forth depending on whose initiative it is. So in this case, currently it's on Matt, but we'll flip this at the start.
Yeah.
And that's who gets to go first, and it just kind of goes back and forth. But we should talk about what you do on your turn. So you only take 1 action effectively on your turn, but there are 3 kinds of actions you can take. You can either do a placement action, a discard face up action, or a discard face down action. Placement actions are exactly what they sound like. You would take one of the units of the 3 from your hand and place them right onto the board. You can actually place them anywhere adjacent to if you'd like to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Now, worth noting, you can only have 1 unit of a certain type unless they have like a special ability that I'll say on the card of that type on the board. If you'd like to place another crossbowman, for example, instead what you would do is bolster and place it on top of it. And what that effectively means is that it has 2 health. The other, and that's basically actually the placement actions. It's either deploy or bolster.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the face down, discard face down options. So what they are, I should have our little thing here, it makes my life a lot easier, is claim initiative. So you can take one of those coins from your hand and discard it face down onto there. If I did that, I would get to claim initiative for the next round. So that means that we'd flip this over, and next round I would get to go first.
Yeah, I think you can only do that once per draw.
Yeah, very, very important. So we can just like fight back and forth for it. You can also do a recruit action, which is sorry, I kind of when it got ahead of myself. You don't actually shuffle every single coin of your unit type into the bags. You only shuffle, I believe it's like
2 of each.
2 of each, yeah. And
Two of each plus the special.
Yeah, and then the rest of them would sit on their cards down here. And what a recruit action is you would discard a coin face down. It doesn't have to be of the one you're recruiting. That's why it's a face down discard. And take any one of these and put it into your bag. Or sorry, not into your bag, into the discard area.
Oh, into the discard.
Yeah, into the discard area. Very key point there.
Yeah.
And then the last action that you can do is just discard it to pass it back. I don't know how often we'll actually use that, but it sometimes happens. Then finally, there's the discard face up actions. And think of these as, when you're discarding face up, it's to like prove that you're actually activating that unit, because all of these discarding face up actions do some sort of activation of a unit that's on the board. So, for example, if I discarded this Marshal token face up, I could move my Marshal to a different spot on the board. Now, it's only 1 unless there's some sort of ability. I can control, which is if I had my unit here and I activated it, then I would be taking over this spot where, thank you, Matt. Yeah, so I would control, and then that would give me 3, or Matt, I guess, 3 control points, because we're doing this backwards. Then there's also the attack. So if I was beside Matt's dude here, and I discarded it face up, I could say, this friend attacks this friend, and it would not discard it. It would literally kill this unit and go back to the box, which means it's not going to go back into Matt's circulation here.
It's gone for
It's
good.
gone forever. And finally, there's tactic. Now, a lot of these units, almost all of these units, will have a tactic on their card. And you can activate that tactic. So for example, the Marshal is choose a friendly unit that's within 2 spaces of the Marshal, and that chosen unit can attack if able. So if this was the case here where you had like, let's say, no worries. Let's say we had it like here, right? I could activate this Marshal to make this crossbowman, or this bowman shoot this crossbowman. And that's kind of how that works. Make sense?
Instead of having to use one of the crossbows.
Instead of having to use, the bowman. That's kind of how it goes. That's a very, very quick overview. The game makes a lot more sense when we're going on into it, but the best way to really think about it is break everything into the 3 sort of main things. Placement actions, discard face down actions, and discard face up actions. Placement actions are always putting something on the board. Discard face down actions are actions that don't really make you have to prove that you're activating a unit. Things like recruiting or passing the turn and stuff like that. And then discard face up actions are ones that are you're kind of proving that you're activating that unit on the board, right? That's the best way to really think about it.
And now each sort of round you draw 3 from the bag, don't you?
Yes, you draw 3 from the bag, and that kind of goes back and forth. And then once all 3 of the coins have been used, then each of you shuffles the whole thing up and draws 3 more. If you don't have enough, then you take the ones from your discard pile and put them on back into the bag. And that's why when you do a recruiting action, you don't put it straight into the bag, you put it on the discard pile, so it doesn't like, you don't get your turn extra long and stuff like that. So that's basically it. We're gonna hop right into it. I figure we'll probably get to do a couple of games, but honestly, one of the main reasons that I really wanted to play this game is because, like, Matt, you've been on like a number of streams and stuff lately.
Here and there.
Yeah, and I think War Chest is actually like a great game to just like chat too and stuff like that, because like I don't know if a lot of people kind of know your story, or like
my story is that I'm really gay.
Yeah, well, welcome to AFK All Queers Edition today. It's gonna be lovely. All right, so let's I guess just divvy out 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And let's go through the units. So I guess we can go to the top down for this, Paul. So I've got the light cavalry. And it has a tactic, which is to move 2 spaces, which is very, very cool. I think they're these ones.
Ooh.
Actually, no, it would probably be easier.
So instead of moving, you can use the tactic to move.
Yeah, I can use the tactic to move, which I probably will most often with it, but you never know. I've got the Marshal, which we talked about. I've got Marshal Sutcliffe here, which is the tactic that I can choose a friendly unit within 2 spaces of the Marshal, and it attacks if able. I've got the pikemen, which I think Emma Handy actually made a tweet about this, that the pikemen are ostensibly the worst unit in the game.
Oh no.
They're interesting. When the pikeman is attacked by an adjacent unit, that unit also loses a coin.
So you've got like a fight back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still pretty powerful in my opinion, but
That is a good Pyrrhic kind of fight thing, right?
All right, I'm team horses because I've also got the cavalry. And the cavalry are similar to the light cavalry because the light cavalry move 2 spaces, whereas the cavalry move and then attack as their tactic, which is kind of interesting.
So they only move 1, but then they attack.
Yes, yeah. Matt, what do you got?
I have footmen, and these footmen, I'm allowed to have 2 of them on the board at any time.
That's really cool.
And I can perform 1 maneuver with each footman unit on the board.
Oh, so when you activate the footman, you get to activate both at once.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Now, I remember I made a mistake with those, just as a heads up when we were first playing.
Go on.
I put both of my, I put 2 out onto the battlefield, right?
Yep.
Which meant that the 2 that were in my bag were on the field, which meant I couldn't activate them at all until I recruited another one.
So you gotta make sure you recruit the third.
Yeah, exactly. So make sure you don't do that for like I did.
Yeah, that's a very the idea with the things that you recruit are also the things that you use to do the actions is a very interesting sort of push and pull.
This is kind of a build your deck kind of game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also have mercenaries.
Ooh, okay.
Which, after I recruit a mercenary, I may maneuver with it immediately.
Whoa, that's really cool.
After you deploy.
After I recruit.
Yeah, after you recruit a mercenary, you may maneuver your unit, which I believe, which is it's either move, control, attack, or tactic. Because maneuver is the collective term for the discard face up kind of things.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
So you could recruit one, and if you have a mercenary standing beside one of my things, attack it.
I see. So recruiting as in putting them into because recruiting, you put them from the supply into your discard.
Yeah. They seem really strong because...
It's as if you put it into as if you actually played it.
Yeah, because think realistically, because there's 4 of that, or 5 mercenaries, 5. So on top of the fact that you can just activate them, right? Yeah. You technically, as long as there's units on mercenary, any of your discard face down actions are an activation for a mercenary too.
Really?
Well, think about that, right? Because like if you're recruiting, you get to do a maneuver.
I would think that I would only be able to activate that ability 3 times.
That's what I mean. That's why I said for as long as there's still units on that card.
Yeah.
To recruit. Yeah.
And then you basically pay out, and then after that they have no specials.
Yeah.
Is what I'm thinking.
Yes, exactly. You've got 3 special abilities.
I think they'll be good to start, but later on they might fizzle out, as mercenaries do.
All right, who else you got?
Archers.
Ooh,
they can shoot a bow to attack a unit 2 spaces away. The intervening space may be occupied by a unit.
Oh, they can shoot through people.
It says no. It looks like they can shoot around. We're on hexes, so I mean I can kind of...
Yeah, so the archer can only attack by using its tactic, right? So the main thing is it can't, if there's a unit standing right beside it, it can't do anything, right?
Yeah, then it's just
you kind of stay in the dead zone.
And then I have an ensign.
The ensign.
The ensign has a tactic which is choose a friendly unit within 2 spaces of the ensign. The chosen unit performs a normal move to the space within 2 spaces of the ensign.
Interesting.
So
kind of like the marshal a little bit.
So it's like the marshal, except it's a move rather than an attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he has to move he can't move too far away from the ensign.
So basically anything within a radius around it can move within
the radius around it. Yeah. Yeah, that's a great way of putting it. All right, well, take 2 of each of them and shuffle them up into your bag. Do you want me to flip this, or do you want to flip the coin? Who gets to go first?
I think you'll be better. I think we also get 1 each of our own coin to go
Right,
to the bag,
yes.
right?
Yeah, there should be an actual metal one.
Is it these?
Yes.
2 of each. Thank you for being redundant, board.
Well,
It's
it's
nice to
in
have
case you
those.
play with 4 people.
Oh, yeah, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
because you play on teams.
Just to double check on the archer, can the archer shoot somebody if they're like blocked? Can they shoot like through a person?
That's why I was thinking there was a weird thing on the card. I don't think they can if it's the hex directly in between two, but they can do a diagonal around a person.
No, so they can shoot through somebody, I believe.
It shows an X for that.
The intervening space may be occupied by a unit. Yeah, I think it was just saying that it's not hitting that.
Oh,
Right. And then
you can't
so
hit-
it can shoot around and it can shoot through somebody, but it can't hit something standing right beside it.
Okay, cool.
That's the archer.
I'm fine with that.
Right, I
then.
think
All right,
it's
you got initiative.
I think the crossbow guys are the ones that can't shoot through people.
That makes sense. Yeah.
All right, you ready to rumble?
I'll try.
All right, so grab 3 dealios. Make sure they're hidden. So I don't know what they are. All right, and you get the start and play, friend.
All right. I am going to, I guess,
Typically, it's like a deploy at first. But
Deploy.
Yeah.
and that's a face up.
Well, that would be placing it right onto the board. So there's deployment actions, face down actions, and face up actions. There you go.
There we are.
I believe you can. I don't know. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to put them like beside it. But just let me.
Actually, I would want to anyway.
Yeah. Usually. Yeah, into an empty location that you control. Yeah. So that would be any of the spaces around it. Alrighty.
I mean, units can be on that space.
They can. That's
I
how they
think it's
capture it.
both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and.
The board is just slightly off.
Oh, it is. What if I just tilt it like this the whole time?
Even that's perfect. Even just
Monster.
like that.
All right, I'm gonna deploy this Marshal.
Oh, red versus red.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so my turn now. Gonna deploy a bowman,
All right.
an archer.
I'm gonna discard this face down, and I'm gonna recruit a cavalry.
And I am going to activate my bowman to move over to a location.
It's a dangerous game you're playing.
I like to live fast and loose and risky and bisky.
Risky and bisky?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna deploy this pikeman.
Okay.
All right.
That's our movement.
And there you go. Yeah.
That's something you really want your commanding officer to say right before he gives you a I like to live risky bisky.
Risky bisky. You're
Yeah,
like, sir,
yeah.
that's not a thing. Risky bisky.
We're gonna
Get-
make it a thing.
Get moving.
Yeah. Alrighty. I'm going to discard this face up. I'm going to move my Marshal here.
Interesting. Okay. Now here's.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Matt. You're still first.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Whoops. So if I put this down, that means I can activate anything. I have.
No. So your coin is used just to discard face down.
So just the
It's
face.
exclusively a discard face down card. One.
Okay.
I believe there's one unit that can use it, but those are like palace guards or something. But
I'm going to put it face down.
What could it be?
And get an archer out of it.
Okay. All right. I'm going to do that thing I said the first time.
Oh wow, how surprising.
Also, I believe you should go like this, and then all of it's open information.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put my ensign here.
Okay.
I don't think we mentioned it, but the darker areas on the two sides of the map are only played in the 4-player version. So in the 2-player version, it's just the center area.
I'm going to discard the Spikeman face up and move him there.
Okay. I am going to do ensign to move it to another location.
All right.
We're sitting on these locations.
I'm going to discard this face down. And I'm going to recruit another cavalry.
All right.
All good?
That's
So
that
now,
round.
hypothetically, we should only have two or three. Right, yeah.
Ooh, I have 3. I wonder what they are.
Okay.
Now.
Go ahead. Rules clarification. When you deploy to a control point hex you control. So we've been playing wrong. Our bad, friends.
We'll go forward with
For
that
going
in
forward from
mind.
now on, yeah.
Yeah, watching the video, I was like, wait, you do it that way?
I can't remember, man. Sorry.
We play so many different games.
We do.
I'm going to recruit a mercenary, and that allows me to maneuver.
So you can. So when you're recruiting, remember you can
Oh, yeah,
do it
sorry.
face down.
face down. I'm going to maneuver this, which means I can move it, right?
Yep.
There we are.
There you go. I'm going to deploy a cavalry. So I guess right, we're supposed to be putting them on the hexes.
On the thing, yeah. And those guys can go fast.
Yeah. Right there.
What do I want to do with these?
Watching the video explains the video. Sometimes. I feel like
Sometimes.
anybody that's watched like a how to play boards games video like understands like some of the pain we go through.
Yeah.
You're at AFK. Some of them really good. Some of them not so good.
Yeah, it's amazing how little watching the video can explain
Yeah.
the game.
Yeah. If we had the time and the budget, I would love to do our own. But it's just we're not in the cards right now.
I'm going to recruit a footman.
So remember, recruiting is a
did.
discard face down action.
I did.
Oh, you did? Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry. Yeah. I'm going to.
Especially as both of us are editors,
Yeah.
watching some of the videos on stuff can be a little
Yeah. I'll move there.
harrowing.
Your turn.
Is that a
That was just a regular
move
move.
one and then attack? Okay.
Yeah.
You have 2 types of cavalry.
So yeah, I wouldn't be able to use its tactic because there was no thing for me to hit, unfortunately.
I am going to put my footman down on that location.
All right. And then I'm going to discard face down to actually steal initiative.
What a rude boy.
All right. There we go. I believe, yeah, both of ours are empty, so we take the whole discard pile, throw it in here, shuffle in heavy parentheses,
Things
or
are
quotation.
Shake and bake.
popping off now.
Yeah, I noticed that Matt's going right for the control points, which, I mean, is how you win the game, so
And
I
I
think
love
it's probably
to
the
win.
right play to go.
So all of your cavalry are currently in the bag, eh?
Yeah.
Well, except for the one that's on the board. But
All right. Okay, so I'm up first. I'm going to discard face up to activate my cavalry's tactic and go boop and hit your friend there.
Bye.
Yeah.
But I liked him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'm going to...
It gets tough once things start rolling.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how it turns into like a chess game, right?
I'm going to recruit a mercenary and activate my mercenary.
Yeah.
Because I can do that with that ability.
Yeah.
So I get a location.
Ah, yes, you're using your control maneuver. Nice.
I love locations.
All right, Matt's winning. Team Goat.
That didn't go. There we are. I'm at 3. Halfway there. Yours go.
Whoa, living on a prayer. I will deploy this light cavalry.
Hey, now you have both of your horse boys out there.
So have you lived in Victoria your whole life?
I am from Nelson, BC,
Oh, really?
which is known for 3 things. Old people, hippies, and because of hippies, pot.
I mean, that's just Victoria too. That's BC. Like,
Why
as
do
a
you think
whole,
I
right?
moved here?
I guess, right? It's like, well, if I'm gonna be in this exact same environment, might as well move to the capital city.
Yeah, I did a little hop skip through Kamloops, which is not the same.
No. Kamloops is definitely more like of a rural sort of environment too, even though it's like a bigger city.
It's an older ranching town.
Yeah.
I lived there while it was pumping. Well, BC was just pumping money. The new university there.
Oh, okay.
New, but like 10 years new, fairly.
Did you
new.
go to the university there? Okay. What did you
For
take?
6 years, a BA in geography and English.
Oh,
that I did
okay.
not finish.
Yeah. All right. Dropping out of university.
Yeah. And I guess you did lighting and stage.
I did backstage work, yeah, at Grant McEwen in Edmonton, which was funny. I think I may have told the story. You can make your move while we're talking here.
Just trying to remember, is it my go or not?
It is your go, yeah. I went to Grant McEwen in Edmonton, and apparently, because I got DM'd by somebody on Twitter, where they were like, "Oh, hey, did you go to the theater production program at Grant McEwen?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Okay," because my lighting professor said somebody from this program dropped out and became an internet comedian, and I think that might be you. And I was like, "Oh, they're aware of me. Good."
Wow.
Were you being used as like a cautionary tale?
Maybe,
or-
yeah. Don't be like Ben.
Aw, but you're so nice.
God, I hope so. All right, I'm gonna discard face up.
You're going to activate your light cavalry.
Yeah, and I'm gonna use his tactic to move him too.
How am I going to do this?
Seems like the entire Pacific Northwest is 420 blaze it a little bit. I am not a danksmith. I've never been into
Danksmith?
a danksmith. Yeah, I've never been into the weeds. It's just not my jam. But
I'm going to buy a mercenary.
you've used all your special abilities so quickly.
I mean, I haven't attacked yet, though.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Very true. All right.
I, from someone who came from Nelson and live in Victoria, have never tried pot.
Really?
Yeah.
I certainly did in my youth, for sure. But it was always kind of one of those things where I was like, any times I did, I just didn't really have a good time.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
All right, I get the start. Well, I mean, you walked up to him so nicely. I'm going to attack your mercenary.
I was hoping to attack him first.
It's a tough. If you plan on attacking, I usually recommend stealing back initiative.
Yeah. I'm going to deploy another footman.
Okay.
Now that I have two of them, I can activate their special ability.
I'm going to activate the marshal. I'm going to scoot him there. Dropping out thing makes me feel a little bit better that I haven't started my BS after getting my AS. That's batch. What are those, Paul? What do those words mean? You're an adult.
We aren't.
I don't know what those acronyms are. Bachelor and
It's
associate.
Oh, that makes sense.
Got it. I'm glad you all
Associate
know.
of science.
So I have a question.
Yep.
I'm going to ensign my footman.
Yep.
Does that mean that both of them get a maneuver?
Well, what is their? I would say no, right? Because the tactic is the thing that makes them move both, right?
Oh right, yeah, because they get a move, not a maneuver.
Yeah.
Not a tactic.
Yeah. So I would say if you activated your ensign, then you would just be moving that one. Because it's the tactic on them that makes them able to move together.
That's fair.
Also, I mean, and even that, also the one of them isn't within the range of the ensign.
Yeah.
True. Yep. So yeah, it wouldn't even be able to move within two.
Okay. So I'm not going to do that. I am instead going to recruit another footman.
Makes sense. I am also going to discard face down, and I will recruit, we'll say another marshal.
And now I'm going to... do I want to do that, though?
I don't know.
Your horse boys are so
They're
scary.
spooky. I love the cavalry. I think they're my favorite units in this game.
I mean, to be fair, horses in general are just spooky.
Yeah, I'm just like majorly allergic to them, which is why they scare the crap out of me.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, super allergic. So my parents took me to Cavalia one time, which is the Cirque du Soleil horse kind of show.
Oh,
and
yeesh.
I was just like done, like 2 acts in. Like I was sneezing the whole time. My eyes were like watering. It probably made it look like I thought the show was like the most beautiful thing in the world, right? It was like
Tear to the eye.
like just like dying. And so then we went, and then I tried again. I went to Cavalia a second time, but this time with like tripled up dose of like Benadryl. It's still like it. I was like in like full like antihistamines have taken over my body mode. And like it's still just like punctured through, and I like started like sneezing and like wheezing and stuff like that. So.
Maybe you're allergic to acrobats.
Oh, maybe it's not even the horses. I'm just allergic to art.
It's
Also,
hard to deal with
it's-
sometimes.
Yeah.
It's interesting because Cirque du Soleil's like whole thing for a long time was that they didn't use animals.
Right. Yeah.
It was sort of a like originally it was almost like a response to sort of this sort of cruelty to animal in circuses thing.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, and like circuses just generally don't use animals anymore at all, right?
Yeah. They used to have a Cirque du Soleil television show. I remember that I was really, really into.
Really?
Yeah, it was cool.
It was like a behind the scenes. But they're like
No, it
behind
was
the
like
scenes
they
thing?
actually told like in. I think there were 30-minute episodes. They were just like a story. And each one was different. I don't know if anybody else has seen it. I just remember. I think they
But
usually
then they
showed
would
it on
just,
like
have
CBC.
Cirque du Soleil stuff happening.
Yeah, like all very cool things. It usually they had like the same sort of like through line, which is some person travels to X world, and then every 5 minutes or so they run into X person and they do X cool circus thing.
You can't come up with that many different reasons for
somebody
an
to do, like-
amazing trapeze act to happen.
Exactly, right? They're like, well, all right, this one's going to be, I don't know, Goldilocks themed, and now they're in the forest, and wow, look at the squirrels at the top of the trees in this forest. Right? Like, it was exactly that. Yeah. So, all right, so I get to start.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to activate my friendo here and scoot him right there.
All right. Okay. All right. Okay.
Matthew McConaughey playing War Chest. All right.
I appreciate that the cavalry don't actually have anybody riding them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Free range horse.
Yeah, both of these horses are pissed.
Yeah. I will activate my footmen, which means I activate both footmen.
Yeah, they're tactic.
There. Sure.
All right, well, I was going to control, but since you walked up to me, I'm going to kill this thing.
I mean, if
What
you
were the
wanna be a rude
chances of
boy.
having him having two in hand?
Yeah, I was kind of hoping he wouldn't. Hmm.
That's a very good point. Is Cirque du Soleil an isekai? That's a beach question.
I'll put this here.
All right.
The red boy.
Deploying.
Deploying.
I'm going to activate that marshal, and I'm going to capture this point here. 3 for me.
There's a great sketch show called Acceptable TV.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things they had was Cirque du Soleil Special Crimes Unit. And the premise was basically it was just this like, somebody commits a crime and then like the Cirque du Soleil people all like come in doing amazing acrobatic stuff, and the guy is so overjoyed and filled with wonder that he confesses to a crime.
That's so good.
Wow.
All right, Matt, you took initiative at the end there, so it's up to you.
I move my mercenary.
I punch your mercenary.
Why do you only have those?
Stop walking up to the horse.
That is one mean horse.
It's going to be mad every time.
It has no one on it because it killed the person that was on it.
Yeah, these horses have no chill.
I'm going to put out another mercenary.
Okay. I'm going to activate this pikeman and capture this area.
This time for
Another
sure.
one. All right. I am going to recruit an archer.
Okay. I'm
That's how you fight a horse.
Yeah.
gonna activate that and go there.
Wow.
Uno mas. I've got 2 in my bag, so I'm gonna put the rest in here. How many chips are there of each unit type? So it's actually different depending on what the unit is. So like Matt's mercenaries, there's 5 of them. Archers, there's 4. Cavalry, there's 4. Marshals, there's 5. It's different depending on which ones.
Seems
Yeah,
like
I think it's 5 or 4. I don't
Yeah,
know.
typically. I think there's one that actually has 3, or I think the Berserkers have like 6, because their ability is like you can bolster them, and then you can sacrifice one to like keep attacking
see,
or
right,
whatever.
yeah.
It's they're super interesting. All right, Matt, it's you.
I will. You better not have another cavalry. I'm gonna move my mercenaries.
Oh, using the ensign's tactic?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I don't have another cavalry.
Uh,
I do have a marshal though, whose tactic is going to make this guy.
Can he go that far out though?
It's within 2 spaces of the marshal.
So can it attack outside? Of
Yes. Yeah, so you choose a friendly unit that's within 2 spaces of the marshal, and the chosen unit attacks, if able.
That one horse is killing everything. That one horse needs.
the marshal is like,
be
hey, horse,
controlled.
keep doing that thing that you're doing.
You know what? That's working. Stick to your guns, horse.
All right, maybe an archer will help.
Maybe, yeah. Okay.
Well, I'm learning about this game anyway.
It's a very tough game. I would like to still initiative.
You know what? That sucks, and I don't like it, but I'm gonna have to live with it. I'm gonna put out a mercenary.
Okay. I had a dream about the Neverending Story last night.
I've never seen that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I recommend it.
I know
it
it's
doesn't
a-
hold up.
It
but
doesn't?
like, no, not at all. But like,
I haven't seen it recently.
it's super
but
fun still. Like,
I have very fond memories of it, but I have not seen it recently.
yeah.
There's like a suite of 80s movies that I've never seen. Like only maybe 2 years ago did I ever see Labyrinth.
Okay.
You have to at some point, I
Yeah.
guess.
So that's actually an interesting one. As my last thing I'm going to do, I'm going to activate my marshal and I'm going to scoot him towards your ensign. I was actually talking about this semi-recently. I think it was with TQ. Because I think it's Labyrinth that she hasn't seen. But basically, the thing about those movies is if you don't have any like attachment to like that old campy style of like fantasy, you're not going to enjoy it. It's like Nicole hasn't seen like a bunch of like puppet kind of like Muppet stuff.
I never saw The Dark Crystal.
Exactly, yeah. So it's like she has not watched a lot of Muppet stuff, but like it was like my jam as a kid. So we're watching through The Dark Crystal right now, and she loves it. But the only part that she like to me I'm dead into is they like the Jim Henson Company likes to show the Muppets like feet running and stuff like that. And like if you've seen a lot of Muppet stuff, you're like, oh yeah, they're running or whatever. But if you haven't, their stupid little legs. Like every time they show them, like she cracks up and like she cannot stop laughing because it's like the whole intensity of the scene is like kind of destroyed.
And you're
by
just
it.
like, this is sacred. Take it seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, even to fans of Muppets, Dark Crystal is kind of a like left turn.
Yeah.
It's like whoa.
I'm going to use my cavalry and win the game.
And next turn, I was going to kill your cavalry and
Yeah.
get 1 kill.
And there you go. That's a game of war chess.
We did it, fam.
Do you want to play again?
Yes.
I mean, we have to. We're contractually obligated because it's 5:45.
What's a contract?
I definitely, I do feel like one criticism of this game is it's a little hard to tell which places have been taken.
If your people are on them, yeah. Do you want to?
Yeah, let's get new
shuffle
units.
Up?
Yeah. That's the fun of it, right? Playing with all the different unit combinations and stuff.
I don't like mercenaries.
So if I could make a recommendation, I think you use their recruiting abilities a little bit too early.
Fair.
You kind of want to use it as like a gotcha sort of thing. Because think of it as this way, right? If you put them in a position, like you said, right, you have 3, no matter what thing you're holding, they can move or attack or take a thing, right?
That's
and so
fair.
you want to, I would say, typically not use it as like a movement and more like an attack or like a control or something. Because even if you think it's going to die, maybe you could. It's actually really annoying to get rid of somebody's control point because you have to like move there and take it over and stuff like that, right? So.
Right, yeah.
All right. Well, let's divvy out 4 more. We'll play another game and then probably take a break and then play another one. Maybe we can do a draft. All right. So I've got the Marshal, which I mean we all know from last time. I have the Knight, which is one we haven't seen yet. The Knight can only be attacked by units that are bolstered.
Really?
That's really interesting.
You guys didn't do any bolstering last game.
No, not at all.
Oh.
I got the Pikemen, which are the ones that you don't want to touch. And I got the Ensign, which is the one that you had, I can help make things move and stuff. This is an interesting, I have a very tanky team.
Yeah.
Having both the Marshal and the Ensign and then like the units is kind of interesting.
Huh.
This seems like a really powerful combo. I'm interested to see how this goes.
So I have not the one that I really, really hated, but it's Brethren the Light Cavalry.
Eee, there you go.
It can move 2 spaces. I have the lovely Warrior Priest.
Ooh.
After the Warrior Priest attacks or controls, I draw 1 coin from my bag and immediately use it to take an action. Or any action, it says.
Yeah.
Ooh,
That's
neat.
really powerful. Holy
Yeah.
moly.
I can only move 1 space at a time, though.
Right.
I have the Crossbowman.
Okay.
I attack a unit 2 spaces away in a straight line. The intervening space cannot be occupied by a unit. So I guess that explains the whole problem we had with
But you'll notice that they don't have the thing that says they have to use the tactic, so they can actually just like stab somebody beside them. That's the trade-off.
Oh, they can.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. I like that.
So you'll find that there's a lot of units that are sort of like kind of comparable to one another, like the Marshal and the Ensign and the
twists.
Crossbowman and the Bow. Yeah.
Yeah. I also have the Lancer. So I'm the Horseman this time.
Ah, the Lancer's really cool.
Yeah. I can move 1 or 2 spaces and then attack all in a straight line. The Lancer can only attack by using its tactic.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So it's really, you have to really set them up, but then they can kind of just like cross the board.
Yeah, I've
Go.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I was reading a thing that was saying that the Lancer is very powerful.
It's you, Matt.
I was going to be like, ooh, who's calling this? We don't have to.
You don't have to. Yeah, they actually have the sides. All right, well, let's shuffle it up.
I definitely approve of any game that comes with a coin to flip to decide who goes first.
It's a lot easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, not, what is your mother's maiden's birthday and favorite color?
And your sin.
Use that to determine, yeah, who goes first.
What is your pin?
I liked the who has been to an island last.
Yeah.
That was when we were doing the island or
Spirit Island?
No, Forbidden Island.
Oh, okay.
There's- The person who goes first is who's
John
been on an
Travolta,
island last. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to put out a horse.
All right.
Dangerous, I know.
I'd like to put out the Pikeman.
Oh, the natural enemy of horses. I'm going to put out another horse.
All right. I'm going to move that pikeman.
Okay. I'm going to recruit a horse. Horses are powerful, and I have their power now.
I have your power, horse.
Yeah.
All right. I will. I'm gonna place this knight there.
Okay, the blue boy is out.
All good.
Next round.
Horses are just big goats. Says chat.
I Goats don't walk on their middle finger
Oh, really? Is
like
that a
horses
thing?
do.
Wait, horses have middle fingers?
Horses hooves.
Ooh,
Sorry.
they're close. They smoke as well.
Goats are the ones with cloven hooves.
Right.
Horses walk on their middle finger because
They have is it like a hoof and then like one little fucking
Yeah.
creepy raptor claw?
the hoof
Is a toe?
is their fingernail.
Oh! Huh.
They're actually rather unnerving when you think about their biology.
I mean, horses I just don't like in general.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nicole loves horses. I mean, aside from the allergy thing, I just really don't like horses.
I mean, with the allergy thing, I guess you haven't really had a lot of chance to really get close to horses. So
I've just informed my decision
understandable,
based
yeah.
on Listen, I'm allowed to have my prejudice, Paul.
That's fair. That's fair.
Okay, my turn.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to move 2 spaces with my horse.
All right. I'm going to deploy this ensign.
Dangerous. Yeah,
It's really a missed opportunity that they didn't make the ensign red.
Yeah.
Oh, that's messed up. Corvus. Jeepers.
I'm going to put out a warrior priest. So now I
Okay.
have 3 units out on the board. Yeah, horses are weird. Although just looking at pictures and diagrams of any altered hands or arms from other things like bat,
Yeah. Yeah.
it just
Whether the bat's hand spans out
hand
to
is-
the whole wing. Yeah.
just the wing is in between all of them.
Yeah.
It's weird. Animals are weird.
Yeah. Except for dogs. Dogs are the exception.
People complain about
It has to attack if I think you're going to do the double move.
move 1 or 2 spaces
Oh no way! In a straight line.
and then attack.
Okay, so you can't use the tactic if you can't make an attack. It's
Really?
yeah, it's why the cavalry that's the drawback for the brown or the heavy cavalry is they have to have a target to use their tactic. Otherwise, they're just doing a regular move.
Okay, then I'm just going to move it 1 then.
All right, I'm gonna take a Knight.
All right, and that's that round.
All right.
One thing, people say that dogs are great and perfect and everything.
Yeah.
People don't seem to like.
And they're right.
People don't seem to like my favorite dog though.
What's your favorite dog?
Whippet.
I don't actually know what whippets look like.
So you know
Off the
what a
top of my
greyhound
head.
is?
Yeah.
It's a medium-sized greyhound instead of a large dog size.
Okay.
So a greyhound is large
Yeah.
for a dog.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have a whippet, which is medium. And then you have Italian greyhounds, which
Okay.
are tiny. And that's what Jenna Marbles has.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I have a frame of reference now.
Yeah.
Okay. You've got the play friend. Corvus, fetch me a JPEG of a whippet.
The dogs have a really interesting thing though with
Oh, they were already on it.
Yeah.
there's something I forget what it is, but there's some weird thing with the reason why there are so many different types of dogs. There's some particular thing about the dog genome that's particularly sort of
Mutable?
malleable.
Yeah.
There's all these different types of dogs, but they can still interbreed, which is unusual.
Yeah, that is.
And there's so many the size of an Italian Terrier versus a Labrador versus these giant dogs that's all the same species is quite incredible.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna discard this ensign face up piece of this tactic to move my
He has to be in the radius.
of 2.
It has to be,
Yeah, it's within 2 spaces.
no, it has to be at 2, not within.
Choose a friendly within 2 spaces of the ensign. The chosen unit performs a normal space within 2 spaces of the ensign.
That might be why I never got a good use out of the ensign last time.
Reading the card explains the card.
But these are tokens.
But this is a card.
I'm here to argue this
That's
point
fair.
with
All
you.
right. Yeah.
I'm going to move my battle priest. Or warrior priest, rather. Not
Sure.
battle priest.
Warrior, battle. They're basically synonyms.
Yeah. about whippets, though, people always complain that they are too skinny.
Huh.
But I love that about them.
I mean, that does seem good. I'm gonna play my Marshall.
All right.
I feel like, yeah, skinny as a whippet is like a saying.
Mm-hmm.
Is it?
I think
I've never heard that before, actually. I'm gonna
Makes
get
sense
another
knowing the connotation for it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna discard this face down and take initiative.
Oh, you.
All right.
You scamp.
Me, yeah. I'm just goofing around.
Um,
I really wish I could have a doggo.
yeah.
My favorite dog is
Same.
Jack Terrier.
Jack Terrier?
Yeah.
I bet a whippet would be pretty hypoallergenic.
Probably.
They're pretty. There's some the hypoallergenic breeds of dogs are quite interesting.
I know Iggy's are Italian Greyhounds. I'm not sure if whippets are or Greyhounds.
I mean, it's just their fur is so short. I would
Yeah.
imagine that it's not as big a deal.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to control this.
One up for you.
Bloop.
But what if I controlled this? So I
would begrudgingly accept that.
okay.
Sir, the horse has taken over. We can't do anything about it.
I'll discard this face up and move them there.
So what is the thing about the knights?
They can only be attacked by a unit that's bolstered.
Which means you have stacked on top.
Okay. I don't like that.
That's why I got him right in your grill. He's a tank.
Okay.
Real gamer cow, that makes it sound like the dog is like Sonic. It does dog wheelies.
Sorry, which dog?
My cousin has a whippet and it runs so fast it does dog wheelies.
Oh God, I would love that. I want that in my life.
The dealies.
Dealings. I'm going to get another priest
Okay.
in my ranks.
There's the toy poodles are cool because they're little poodles, but they have effectively wool instead of like normal dog fur.
Very curly.
So they're very they're actually pretty good in terms of being hypoallergenic.
Really?
Grab a knight.
Okay. I really appreciate the aesthetic of a well-groomed poodle. Like I don't want that dog for myself, but I just love the look of it.
Yeah.
And it's just trotting along.
I actually really like poodles.
Those like a big black like standard poodle.
Yeah.
Those look super cool.
Yeah. My parents have a golden doodle. And but he's actually black like a labradoodle.
But their poodles are one of the smartest.
Yes,
dogs,
and
yeah.
doodles are very, very smart too. But like also like kind of dumb. like in the way that you're just like you know, like you've got that one friend who's very like book smart but also just does like stupid shit all the time.
Well, there's an interesting aspect of like intelligence when you in relation to like a dog or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Where it depends on what you mean by intelligence, right? If you mean intelligence is like easy to train, okay, but maybe what is smart for a dog is to be like, no, screw you, I'm not going to go fetch.
I have bolstered my lancer.
I get them out of the way.
Okay. You're gonna be like that, are you?
I'm just imagining now 2 lancers like sitting on each other's shoulders.
We got you now, knight, and the knight goes, no, you don't.
Damn it, sidestepping. Turn around.
I'm going to move my bolstered lancer onto that spot.
I don't quite appreciate that.
Too bad.
All right, I'm gonna discard this face down and recruit an ensign.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a big dog guy more than anything, but I couldn't take care of a big dog.
Well, I mean, certainly not in like
Warrior
an apartment.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, it's tough, right? Great Danes are big, like, lazy butts. Like, they just want to hang out all day.
I've also heard that they have relatively short lives.
They do, yeah.
Which I
couldn't do, by no means. Yeah.
That's tough.
Dog's got to be immortal. I went back and saw when I was in Edmonton last weekend. I saw my family dog. He's like 12. He can't get up the stairs anymore. His like hips are all busted up. But he's a good boy.
I had a cat that I left at my parents' house when I moved here,
Yeah.
and he got very sick over fall,
Oh no.
like last year, and had
I'm
to
gonna
be put
tactic
down.
this friend here.
Yeesh. Okay. I don't like that. And had to be put down, and that sucked because I didn't get to see him
Yeah.
before.
Yeah, it's really frustrating. But it's also one of those scenarios too where I've always been sort of on the fence about being in the room when, you know, a pet dies or a family member dies. 'Cause it's one of those things where it's like I don't like seeing like the last moment of something. I like to sort of remember them as they were.
There.
So it's like I wasn't in the room when my grandpa died. So it's like I don't have that image. All right, this knight is feeling
A bit attacked.
a bit
right
attacked
now.
right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna activate this pikeman, and it's gonna stab one of your buddies here.
Rude. Stab boy. I don't like it.
Stab gang, stab gang.
I'm going to put out a horse into the world.
Birth the horse. I'm gonna activate this ensign, and no screw it.
Yeah, your ensigns are really the problem here, aren't they?
They're very helpful
I'm gonna.
because my attacking units are not very mobile.
It effectively gives you like double the
Move
options.
Yeah. All right. Drawing again.
What does the war priest do? What's their move?
After a warrior priest attacks or controls, I may draw a coin from my bag and immediately use it to take any action.
So you effectively get 4 actions in that turn.
Or double, I guess.
I'm gonna recruit a Marshal. So yeah, for those coming on in, and this seem a little weird, basically we're drawing 3 units each time out of our little bag, so we get 3 chips at a time, and then once we've gone back and forth and each used 1 each turn, then we go back into our bag and grab more, and then once we can't grab any more, we take the discard pile, pop it in there, and keep going until somebody controls 6 points.
Okay. I'm going to bolster my horse.
God, again.
We're both still at 3.
But it's a really interesting game because once you've played it once, you sort of get it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It all makes a lot more sense to you. All right, I'm going to.
Damn you with your sidestepping.
Yes. I'm going to move my horse. Ooh, that's a control point, actually.
Yeah, you could just control it. That's the tough part about this game is you forget like where the control spots are when you put a unit on top of it.
So I moved my horse.
Okay. I'm going to stab your war priest with a knight.
Wow. I'm going to recruit a crossbowman.
Okay. Another 3. Actually, I've only got 2 in here.
You need to shuffle.
Grab one more.
Yeah, if they had just like outlined the tiles with
They do actually. I'm just noticing it now, but it's kind of hard to
Yeah.
tell.
But
There's like a little bit of a darker or like a lighter outline of the control spots that you can kind of see.
That's the one weakness of the design here is that it's too subtle.
But what it should be is on the actual like hex part itself.
yeah, on,
Yeah.
The, on
Yeah.
the light color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Sorry. Here, one. Okay.
So, still my go first?
No, it's my go first.
Is it?
That's me.
Oh, yeah, it is. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sorry, you flipped that recently.
Scoot him forward. Yeah, I just take a marker to the board.
I mean, people have done that. I know.
I'm going to
Great chasm is opening up.
move this here.
All right. Sidestep. Sha sha sha! You cannot catch the knight.
Well, I mean, I can reclaim this, though.
Yes, very true. I'm gonna move my ensign up here.
And I'm going to put down a crossbowman.
You can only have one.
Oh, yeah, I can only have one. I forgot about
Bolster
that.
that crossbow if you want.
I...
Or you could, move them or whatever. It is I, crossbowman. Crossbowman. Crossbowman for hire.
Yeah. It is I, Christ Bowman. What do I want to do?
It feels like a very like late generation, or almost like an early generation, like Golden Age comics kind of
Or like a
villain.
G.I. Joe after
Yeah,
the
yeah,
loss.
no, GI Joe,
They're like,
so much more.
I don't even know anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cross Bowman.
Crossbowman.
What's his thing? He's a guy with a crossbow.
I don't know what you want from me, Chief.
Yeah.
He casts Bolt.
All right.
So here's a question.
Yep.
What if you were able to get a dog right now?
Mm-hmm.
What would you name it?
Kevin.
Kevin?
Yeah.
Spelled the normal way?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like it's self-serving at this point. Like I have to have an animal in my house named that.
Named Kevin?
Yeah. That or I had a dog when I was a kid named Dodger, and I've always really enjoyed that name. So definitely like consider something like that.
Yeah.
Are you not allergic to dogs?
Very allergic to dogs.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah.
Okay.
It's one of those ones though. I can get dogs that there are certainly hypoallergenic dogs. Interestingly enough, a golden doodle is a hypoallergenic dog. Still tremendously allergic to them.
What about
I mean, it's
Iggy's?
not. It's
I don't know.
It's not completely non-allergenic.
No. Like it's like that's the thing. Yeah, hypo doesn't mean not there, right? Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot it was my turn first. I bolstered my Bowman.
Cool.
Double crossbow.
Okay,
Just one guy with two crossbows.
and discard a knight. I'm gonna scoot him up here.
There is a problem with my plan here. I cannot attack that knight with my
You
Bowman.
cannot. It was like.
Man, all of Matt's guys are really into doing things in straight lines.
Yeah.
Which is so uncharacteristic of me.
The knight.
That's why he's having so much problem.
Yeah. I'm going to move my Bowman like that.
Okay.
You are now under threat.
Check.
Wow. Okay.
Now the crossbow guy can
Yep.
attack close, but
Yeah.
you have to actually have a thing for that.
Move my pikeman up.
Yeesh.
All right, hold on. Sorry. I gotta grab my new 3. Alrighty.
I guess, yeah, that was your last one.
That
for
was my last one.
round?
Cause
Okay, that makes sense.
you took back the
Sorry,
initiative.
I went ahead before you
That's
there.
okay. Yeah. I knew what you were doing.
Yeah.
Technically, I guess it doesn't matter all that much. It's just sort of more in the way of like knowing where things are. So the game that I'm playing here is I moved up on Matt. For those wondering about strategy, is there are 5 total crossbowmen. Matt has 2 here and 2 on the board. There's only 1 around, so I'm hoping that he doesn't have it, but he might because this was his last little batch. So we'll see.
I have a problem.
Hmm?
Move 1 or 2 spaces and then attack.
That's why I'm getting up in your face. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you try to attack somebody right beside you with a lance. It's
Yeah.
like, I can't get the.
This is definitely a slower
Yeah.
one than last time.
It's very back and forth.
This horse is just sitting here doing nothing.
My marshal there.
Okay. I should start moving my priests around.
You get that extra attack or extra something.
My hand's in there.
God. Like,
You're really getting up in that crossbowman's business.
I cannot attack these,
Ha!
basically. And you can make them attack me.
Well, this guy can't. The attacking is this one. This one's just the movement. But yeah.
Oh, okay.
The lancer can, he'll get hurt, but you can get it. You can attack the.
I'll take initiative back.
Yeesh.
All right. This game's so much fun. I'm super into War Chest. I find it to be an incredibly relaxing and fun game.
And, it really makes all the difference that these tokens are very nice to have.
They're very nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got that poker chip feel.
It's got that interesting kind of that aspect that we've had with a few different games where there's so many different units. You're only using 8 in a particular game, and I think there are
Yeah.
15 or something different.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So you end up with quite a different setup every game.
Mother trucker.
Yeah. They got good hand feel. Yeah, exactly.
My horse moves to this location.
All right.
I don't like that, though.
I mean, the upside for me in this case is that I don't have to do things based on what you enjoy.
Fair. Fair. Now I kind of wish I had bowmen instead of crossbowmen, so I could attack anyone with my crossbow.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna stab your knight.
These units are useless. Move that there.
All right.
I'm very bad at killing things, apparently.
All right. Your move, friend.
Mine?
Mm-hmm.
Murder.
Yeah, you got it.
And
Marshall, no.
because I finally have activated my trap ability, I draw a coin from my bag and immediately use it to take any action.
Okay.
So I guess whatever that coin can be used for.
So yeah, either a face down or a face up action, probably.
I claim that location.
Makes sense.
Boop. It's a war of attrition.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna stab your crossbowman.
My crossbowman.
Getting them.
I move.
Yep. I'm gonna make this friend move here.
Okay. I am going to buy a cavalry.
Sure. I'm going to buy a pikeman.
Okay.
All right.
I have the one in there. Okay. There is a good thing about having initiative here, but there's also the fact that the person who doesn't basically has the hammer.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing, right?
Yeah. You're allowed to go on the offensive, but that means you lose the defensive turn. Okay.
Yes, exactly, Kushinoki. You can. The thing is you can get to a point where I believe I'm almost there. Matt has one Lancer left in which to activate his friend, but you can get to a point in which there's only like one unit left on the board or something like that, and even in your hand, right?
So then
and
you
there's
can't actually move a guy.
Yeah, so it's like if you're holding the only chip left that's not in the box in your hand, it's not really a good plan to deploy it because unless you're like trying to hold a point or something, I guess.
Right. Theoretically, yeah, it does allow you to do a little bit more damage.
Yeah.
And I activate.
Didn't you? Oh, it's a control too. Wow.
Control. Yeah.
Holy moly.
I'm gonna buy a horse.
All right. Move my 8 there.
Okay. I am going to move my cavalry.
All right.
Can't attack with it.
Lancer.
Lancer, yeah.
Multiply.
It's if I recall when you and James were playing this, you were thinking about whether like there's a sort of debate over whether, because if you do less recruiting, then you cycle through the chips in your bag
That you want faster, yeah.
And you know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
which is theoretically could be useful in certain circumstances.
Yeah, I found that like one of my tactics that I like to play is I try and grab maybe like I pick like 2 units that I really like what they're doing and just focus on like recruiting a batch of those. I think this is 3. Oh, that's 4.
So you just focus on those 2.
Yeah.
Well, in your case, you don't need a ton of ensigns and
No, and marshals, yeah. Marshals, Sudcliffs. You got it first, buddy.
Oh, sorry. I will activate horse.
Oh, you
by
win.
activating.
Yeah,
the
there you go.
point.
Nice.
I won the game.
Yeah. So while I was busy attacking and whatnot, Matt went ahead and snuck behind me and just captured a bunch of points.
Those horses are sneaky. You
Yeah,
know? Can't trust them.
There you go.
I begun to win the game when I stopped trying to counterattack.
Yeah, you definitely had the you have the speed and whatnot on me too, so that was kind of the downside of it. But yeah, so we're going to take a quick break here, so people can go to the washroom, fill up your drinks and all that kind of jazz. And when we come back, we'll play the third match.
Let's jam it.
I guess. So don't go away. More AFK after this. And welcome back to AFK here on the Loading Ready Run Network. I'm Ben, and joining me is Matt.
Woo.
And we're playing War Chest. We've already played 2 games and won 1 apiece. Matt had a very sneaky horsey strategy.
And you had a very powerful horse.
I like to punch in this game. Yeah, like I definitely go like the attack strategy, but I really liked your like horse flank. It was really cool.
I think both times I only killed 1 of your units.
Yeah. Yeah, I like to very much go on the offensive, but then it leaves me very much exposed to like an attack from behind. So we're gonna play the 3rd and final match. Best of 3 seems like the best, but we're gonna mix it up, and instead of dealing 4 randomly, what's gonna happen is we're gonna draft them. And so how that's gonna work is I'm gonna deal 8 units face up in the middle here. We're gonna flip the initiative marker, and then whoever it lands on gets to pick the first unit. They pick 1 card from the center. Then the second person takes 2 cards from the center.
Oh.
Then then the other person would take 2 cards from the center, and until each person's got 4.
It's a very, very short snake.
Yeah. So let's go to the top down. I'll deal out the units here in the middle, and then we'll flip the initiative marker and see who gets to pick first. So we've got the pikemen, an age-old classic.
Pikemen.
Yeah.
Their
Actually, let's do it this way.
Their power is never actually activated.
Nobody just wants to touch them.
But they have like that fear of activation.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We've got the marshal,
Marshal.
the footman,
Footman.
the archer, the mercenary. Is it 10 cards? I thought it was 8. So let me double check.
Yeah.
Deal 8 random unit cards face up. Yeah. Warrior priest.
Oh.
And we've got knight.
That's
the
pulse
all right.
one.
And for the last one, I'm going to shuffle it up because we've seen. Actually, do you want to make sure we've got the units that we haven't played yet today? Let's see what I get here. All right, cavalry. Do you want to do these ones, or do you want to put in? Because there's a couple we haven't actually used today.
So, what have we doubled up with so far?
We've seen the pikemen in every single one, and I think the marshal in every single one.
So those I think we'll remove.
Yeah. And then we'll put in the berserker. So if we're going to read their ability. After the berserker maneuvers, you may maneuver it again by discarding a bolstered coin from the berserker unit. You may do this multiple times, but you may not remove the final coin.
Huh.
So yeah, so if you bolstered a bunch,
So you gotta pump them up.
yeah, and then go like wild with it. And then there's also the swordsman, who we haven't played with. After the swordsman attacks, it may move.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. And the other one that we haven't played with, I guess we haven't played with 2 more.
Scout and the.
Yeah, the Royal Guard and the Scout we haven't played with. But, I mean, so why don't you pick one that you don't want in here?
I don't want the mercenary.
Okay.
Because it seems rather boring.
Sure. And I'll say let's not have the Footman.
Okay.
So we've got the Scout. So the Scout's really cool because you can deploy it by a unit instead of having to deploy it by a control point. And then there's the Royal Guard. Now these ones are really interesting. So their tactic is you can discard the Royal Coin, which is the U coin,
The one you only have one of in your thing.
to move it. And when the Royal Guard is attacked, you may remove a Royal Guard coin from the supply, which is where you recruit things, rather than the unit itself.
So if you've used it already, then you just discard it?
No, so if somebody hits it to like deal damage to it, right?
Yeah.
Instead of removing a coin from the board, you can take one out of its supply instead. Does that make sense?
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, where you would recruit them.
Okay.
So it's got like a lot of health, basically, depending on how many there are there.
Yeah.
So really, you never have to
endurance.
like bolster it up.
Yeah.
Because they're always.
Yeah, they're always there if you want. All right. So do you want to flip the coin this time, Matt?
I'll try.
All right.
Okay.
Don't drop it. You're on live Twitch-a-vision.
The point is to drop it eventually.
There you go.
Oh, well, I mean.
Sure. All right. I'll take it. So I pick first, and then you grab 2, and then I grab 2, and so
I remember you saying you liked a particular one during the break.
yeah, I gotta go with my big horsies. I really like the cavalry. I think they're my favorite.
Now, I wasn't expecting that choice. I think I am going to take the warrior priest, and I get 2.
Mm-hmm.
So I go for archer.
Okay. Yeah, you took the 1 ranged unit.
Cavalry is sort of ranged.
In a way.
A little bit. Yeah, you're not wrong.
So archer is unlike the crossbow, archer can't hit directly beside, but can
Go around.
go around things.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the scout and the swordsman.
Okay. I am going to take the knight
All right.
and the royal guard.
Okay. I've got the berserker.
Poor berserker.
Berserker.
He's like, put me in, coach. Put me in.
Oh, you'll do good. I got a very attacky team here. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, you are
Although
the
maybe I
offensive
could make this a pacifist berserker and like move, 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 move. Control.
one. Yeah.
But somehow kill 5 people doing that.
Yeah. All right.
So these are.
Yeah.
These are. Oh, sorry.
Do you want me to reflip this again, or do you want to just keep it for that?
Let's flip it again just to see.
All right.
Go wild.
Yay!
Yay! Thank
Whoops.
you.
Sorry, Matt.
You're on the offensive.
All right. Well then, I guess I'll take 2 from each. Pop them in here. Just gonna flick a heavy coin at you. All right. This is the ultimate war chest for all the marbles. As in, I'm taking all your marbles if I win, Matt.
I own no marble.
And I thought we were friends. All right. Let's do it. Good luck to you, friend.
GL. I was going to say GG, and that's wrong.
GLHF. All right. Swordsman.
Swordsman. But what about a good Knicht?
Berserker.
Okay. Royal Guard.
Scout.
Oh, you're going all out. I guess I can just normally move it
Yeah.
as well. There we go.
All right.
Next round.
3.
So I guess I kind of inherited your old job in that I now edit LT.
Yeah. A lot of the editing stuff that you see on the YouTube is done by Matt, for those of you who might not be familiar with his work. You do a really good job.
Thank you. I've learned it all in the last year.
All right. Let's see here. I'm going to recruit a berserker.
Okay. I'm going to place down a warrior priest.
All right. I'm going to recruit a berserker.
I wonder why. I am going to move my warrior priest.
All right. I'm going to scoot my scout.
Scoot, scoot. I'm going to claim initiative.
Makes sense.
Doing the old scout scoot.
Scout, scoot.
Alrighty. I'm gonna move my berserker.
Okay. I'm going to put down an archer.
Okay. I'm gonna steal back initiative.
You can only do it. Oh yeah, that new round. Okay. Makes sense. Makes sense. All right. I'm going to move my Knicht.
All right. I'm gonna deploy my cavalry.
Oh, that is a rowdy horse.
The rowdiest horse.
Rowdiest horse. I'm going to recruit a warrior priest.
How did I go first? I think I went first because I just stole back initiative. How do you still have a coin left? Did I just goof? Was anybody paying attention?
We didn't interface our people at all, so I'm fine. with
It's
that.
probably fine, yeah. But yeah, I just realized what happened there.
Yeah, I didn't even notice.
May have jumped the gun.
You're just so excited to play this game.
I love it so much. It's such a good game.
Good coin feel, too.
Good coin feel. Okay, so this time I actually get to go first. Capture.
One for Ben. All right. I will move my knight.
All right.
Yeah, recently I've been having fun in the most recent LT I'm working on with the transform tool and making things move around the screen.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
A classic.
Eventually I'll learn how to, I don't know, what else does Final Cut have? I'll learn how to do sound better. Berserker. You're all out of recruiting berserkers.
I've recruited all my berserkers.
I am going to move my archer.
Sure. All right.
Next. Oh, getting tall. I shall move my warrior priest.
Bouquet.
So can you repeat what the berserker does exactly again?
So whenever I do a maneuver, I can maneuver again if I take one of these off and throw it into the bin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You burn health. You take
Wait.
damage to save time.
Discarding a bolstered unit. Oh. Okay, yeah. No, sorry. So it's not damage. I put it in I take it off the board and put it into my discard pile.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I misread this when Serge was playing it.
That was why I didn't choose it, is that it seemed like
Yeah.
you could get one or two good attacks in, and then...
Yeah, you set it up and then you fly in.
Yeah.
It just takes quite a while to set it all up.
I've got 2.
I have two.
Right, so that's my turn. Okay. I'm going to control that.
One more for Ben.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yep.
I'm going to control that.
Okay. Very set-up-y
Oop.
early game here.
And I need to... Wait.
You get a thing for that.
I get a thing. I controlled.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Jingle jangle. I will control. I had to check to make sure that that was a control point.
Jeepers. All right. I'll discard this face down and grab a cavalry.
Yeesh. And for me, I will... I will get another knight token.
All right. I've got 1. I'm going to shuffle the rest.
I'm feeling it.
The big shuffle. All right.
You're gonna get a move, or
What? If I am I gonna take my turn? Is that what you're asking me?
Gonna order
I'm gonna move my horse though right there.
Okay. That one's like move one, attack one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What do I want to do? I feel in danger from that horse.
I'm in danger.
I'm going to flip this.
Okay. Recruit another cavalry.
Definitely need to keep tabs on that horse.
All right, put an APB out on that horse.
Yeah.
We gotta keep watch that horse.
Yeah, they're surprisingly sneaky considering, you know, how big they are.
So you're allergic to horses and dogs.
Yep.
So you have no joy in the animal kingdom that you can partake in.
It's very true. Very true.
Except for your little snake.
Oh yeah.
Yep, it's the reptile kingdom that I
That's
find my solace in.
hypoallergenic right
Yeah.
there.
Mm-hmm.
Although, no,
Yeesh.
no Quetzalcoatl's for you, but
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I don't know. Feathers are tough, right?
Yeah. I mean, I've heard inhaling bird dust, like poop dust, I guess.
Isn't great for the respiratory system.
Yeah. So, along with them being loud and not really pettable beyond kind of petting them.
kids, if somebody offers you bird dust, don't do it.
Yeah.
Bird dust is bad, man.
Okay. Ooh, might go first.
Mm-hmm.
I've definitely seen YouTube videos of people petting birds. That's a thing.
You got it.
Boop, boop. And because I did an activated ability,
God, these warrior priests are ridiculous.
I activate an ability to get another archer. I like them. They're purple.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna activate my berserker, move it here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna discard one and attack your knight.
I guess, yeah, you're still bolstered, so
Yeah.
you can do that.
Yeah, we'll stay there. Go ahead.
So you have to use one to sort of start the chain,
Yeah,
and then you can just keep pulling them off the top.
yeah, if you want.
I guess that's sort of how you could kind of look at it, like you're kind of storing them from your hand on top of the other guy.
Flipping that.
Yeah.
I'm going to flip your horse.
God damn it.
There we are. And I activate my trap card. And
Such value.
remove that.
Jesus. Okay.
I'm better at murder this time.
Yeah, the warrior priest's really strong. They're very, very strong. All right, that was everything?
Yeah. What was your last turn?
I grabbed a scout.
Okay.
Matt Griffith, known horse murderer.
Yeah.
As in, I am a horse and I murder.
No horse murderer. Oh, he murders horses? No, you idiot. He's a horse that murders people.
Okay.
He brings horse murderers to justice. Is
Yeah.
what he does.
Alrighty.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Once a horse has tasted blood, it's very dangerous.
horse. Perhaps I should murder that horse.
Feck. Yeah, all right. That was actually silly of me.
Was that bad language you just used right now?
I said feck.
I'm going to punish you with that.
You
eventually.
just made an attack. I didn't do a thing.
I know, but you said a bad, naughty word.
So that means you get to break the rules of the board game? I didn't even swear this time.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought you took your turn, and I was like, yes, it's my turn again.
Right. Yeah. In response on my turn, I say feck.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I just got caught up in the emotions of the moment, okay?
All right. Well, in that case, I'm going to respond and kill your friend there.
Yeesh.
I'm going to discard one of these and move him here.
Oh, yeah, I guess I can't put my guy down there anymore. I am going to, in turn, buy a royal guard.
All right. Buy another scout.
I will flip initiative.
All right. Next tree.
I have nothing there.
Okay.
Do you have a token under your warrior priest there, Matt?
Here
Yeah.
is
Oh,
a
mine.
raven plane.
Yeah, we're actually tied up right now, which is pretty wild.
All right. My go.
Mm-hmm.
I activate my claim,
Yep.
and in doing so, I activate my ability to buy a royal guard. And actually, yeah, plus one.
Hmm. Deploy a scout.
Oh, so Ben loses one there, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. I think you're in. Oh yeah, round 3.
I put down an archer,
Okay.
a horse,
Horse.
of course. I move my boy.
Buy another scout.
Okay. Next round.
The groups of 3 is like just enough so that it's not just like drawing off the top. You get
Yeah.
a little bit of like shuffle ability.
Yeah.
You get a little bit of ability to control your fate, but not totally.
I kill your raven,
Yeah.
scout boy.
Yeah.
That-
Right. Sorry. Wow.
You big boy. That seems to be your star player is the berserker.
Yeah. I mean, you've got your warrior priest. I got my berserker.
Anyway, I flip your
Sure.
flame.
Yeah, and you got me.
I got ya.
Holy moly! You kicked my butt that game. I felt like I was on the back end like the whole time there.
I got you, fam.
Yeah, it was very strong. Well, there we go. Matt is the War Chest champion.
It's all about believing in Jesus.
No.
No?
And this will be the last time that Matt's allowed on AFK here on the Loading Ready Run Network. No, thank you very
For War
much
Chest,
for coming. This was great.
Thank you for
A
having
reminder that this stream was brought to you by the amazing folks over at wormwoodgaming.com. If you want to get one of their amazing products and you live in the US, you can use code LRR for free shipping. And everywhere else, you can use code LRR World for $10 off shipping. That's Wormwood Gaming, the bones of bones and the skins of skins. Offer not forgotten realms valid. And also a reminder that everything we do here is brought to you by you over at our Patreon at patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. You're the reason we're able to do all kinds of things like do shows like this and perform all kinds of YouTube stuff. And speaking of YouTube stuff, if you are a Magic fan and you haven't subscribed to our new Lure MTG YouTube channel, what is wrong with you? Go do that right now. Or maybe you just didn't know. So now I'm just
Maybe
telling
you're
you.
busy.
Yeah, maybe you've been busy. But now is the perfect time. Just go over to youtube.com/loading or LRRMTG, and that's where we're posting all of our Magic stuff. So it would help us out a lot.
I mean, speaking of Magic stuff,
Yeah, it's the PPR this weekend. We got to talk about what's going on. So Paul, why don't you take it away, man?
well, tomorrow morning, Alex is going to be continuing with his little what we're labeling as bonus streams, but actually has sort of turned out to be like a mini Play It Forward.
Yeah.
Because he's just been like, he was just, can I do a bunch of bonus streams of this game? So he's super into this Blasphemous.
Yeah, he's hooked on it.
So that's happening tomorrow morning. And then we are into LRMTG, but before that actually is going to be little Chill Point, but for some reason isn't on the calendar. But there will be Chill Point.
It's there.
James.
We swear.
James. You got one job.
On
He has several jobs.
on Thursday at 1 o'clock, myself and Heather and Beige are going to be chit-chatting about the news because we things are going to be pretty busy around here with the PPR's prep.
Yeah.
So we don't have time to do full checkpoint, but we got all this news that we can talk about. And then LRMTG with possible special guests, depending on who is around at that point.
Seems to be like a regular occurrence now, which is great. We just bring all of our guests in to do Magic Arena shenanigans.
Yeah, it's
They
like,
seem to
who,
like it.
if only there was somebody here who likes to play Magic. Oh,
Yeah.
wait.
Oh, wait, it's the entire moon base.
And then Thursday night, Tinker Tailor Solder Fry. Ian is going to be continuing with his
Open
build.
Disky.
Yeah, his build of the Apollo guidance system that he's
Sick.
been.
It's really cool that he's doing that.
Yeah, that he's
It's
been
very
working-
interesting.
It's very cool. Yeah, yeah.
Lots of soldering.
I love the combination that it's like powered by an Arduino, so it's like got like relatively modern stuff. But then they also it's got the 7-segment big like LED screens and stuff.
Right.
So this weird combination of like old school stuff, but then powered by just like a modern processor
Yeah.
with like an emulator in it.
Yeah, no, it's wild.
And then, as we
Oh, the
said,
thing.
Throne of Eldraine, 11 a.m. till later.
Yeah, till whenever it's done.
Yeah.
This set looks so cool.
Yeah, it
Like
should be
honestly,
super cool.
like even if you're not like a huge Magic fan and whatnot, and you were like, "Well, should I learn how to play Magic? Should I get into it?" This set seems like a great set to get into, especially if you're like a fan of, fairy tales and all that kind of
Strong
jazz.
art direction,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, they did a great job on this one.
Yeah. The Innistrad, I think, is sort of the last time they did this real like top down design.
Yeah, yeah,
And the flavor is so rich, rich and meaty flavor.
yeah, yeah. It's good. It's a good couple of planes we're going to in the coming up times. We got Theros after this.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to the underworld.
Oh, dang.
I,
Here they have
I'm
dead
sure.
things
I'm
there.
sure everything. If I recall how we left it on Theros, things were not like amazing.
It was not great. Yeah, we
So-
even lost Elspeth. So I assume this whole set is going to be that whole set's going to be about Elspeth.
Whenever
and
you
stuff.
leave a plane, is it ever in a good condition?
Sometimes
Occasionally, it's-
Ravnica's better.
Yeah, I mean, not better than when it something. But
No, but it's better in the fact that it's not under attack anymore.
Yeah,
Right?
So that's something.
Great.
Yeah, when when the eye of the Magic story comes onto your plane, it's probably not good.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
they don't say like, oh, here's a plane where nothing interesting is happening and people are just going about their lives.
When do
That's-
we get the onsen plane? Like, like the beach episode plane?
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
they're just having a good time?
It's just a relaxed.
Yeah,
happy-
yeah.
And then on Saturday, Adam's Game House, where he's going to be playing the Persona 5.
Anime.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the Onsen episode?
Yeah. And then on Sunday,
This game looks adorable.
Rhythm Cafe Songbird Symphony, which apparently they've been quite enjoying. This will be the second stream, I believe, of that. And then on Monday, it will be the continuation of Trouble in Paradise, the Dice Friends
Dale kills his friends.
paranoia stream where,
boy.
I mean, there has been a not insignificant number of deaths.
It's funner that way.
Yeah, at least I believe the beginning of last session, there were at least on some people were on like their 4th clone. Beej was on like his 7th clone.
Jesus.
Also,
There you
most
go.
of them were dinosaurs.
Yeah, I've heard. I don't know what it was in context to, but I saw like Featherweight message in our Slack going, all right, so who's a dinosaur now? And I'm just like, out of context, it's hilarious.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, we got a bunch of really exciting stuff coming up in this week. Yeah, we should read the subs and then go home. So Paul, take it away.
Alrighty. Thank you, all you amazing people, for supporting us in all the things we do. But in particular, we want to thank the people who subscribe during the stream. Starting with,
Fortnite, just the entirety of it,
yeah,
Fortnite.
gifted
I
by
mean-
an anonymous gifter.
Fortnite's got a bit of money around.
Yeah,
so, you know,
yeah, that's true. They got $1 or $2. Mirrodin the Wizard for 3 months. Welcome back.
And welcome back to Colonel Kreiner for 30 months. Thank you.
Eddie at the Gov for 16 months. Welcome back.
And welcome back to Magic Warluck for 2 months. Thanks for returning.
VT Merrick for 14 months. Welcome back.
Shot88 for 13 months. Thank you for joining us.
Lacking Sanity for 57 months. Welcome back.
Brainiac for 43 months. Thank you.
Tomasu82 for 35 months. Good to see you, friend.
Chaotic Observer for 26 months.
Just Julian. If you're a Phyrexian, new Phyrexia is doing great. Rainy Sam 229 for 69 months. Nice.
Muggle Lord for 24 months. Thank you.
Nova Tiempo for 16 months. Welcome back.
And welcome back to Nova TM2 for 12 months, a full year.
Reverse Creations. What's up, buddy? For 37 months. Welcome back.
And Bob Bagans for 19 months. Thank you.
Mythdom for 29 months. Welcome back.
And Ray Chanter for 27 months. Thank you.
Bright Storm Rising for 29 months. Welcome back.
Dramatic. And also Glim78 for 11 months. You're working towards 78.
Dr. Spook PhD for 25 months. Good to see you again, friend.
And the bits of 269
Nice.
from eBlock and Call Me CJ. Thank you. for
Da
all
bits,
those bits.
da bits, da bits. Thank you so much for tuning on in. We'll be back next week with another board game, probably. God, that's the one thing I got to do, Paul. I never remember what we're playing next week. I mean, I've probably got it written down, like in a very inconvenient spot in which I can just keep talking for a couple of seconds as I figure out what it's going to be. Was I smart enough to actually write it down?
Go on.
No. So, we'll figure it out next week.
It's something in this room.
Yeah,
maybe.
James wrote it down, so he'll remember. So tune in next week for that. Bye.